All right, so today we're diving into something pretty massive.
Yeah, this is a big one.
The mind-body problem.
Oh,
You know that age-old question
yeah.
about how our thoughts and feelings relate to our physical bodies?
Yeah.
That inner world that we
Yeah.
call the mind?
The mind.
How does it connect to all this physical stuff?
Right.
Are they separate,
Mm-hmm.
doing their own thing?
Yeah, are they totally separate?
Or are they like two sides of the same coin?
Mm.
Totally inseparable.
That's the question.
It's a question that has puzzled
Oh, yeah.
philosophers, scientists,
Pretty much everyone, really,
pretty much anyone,
who's ever thought about it.
for centuries.
Wow. For centuries.
And it's not just an abstract philosophical debate either.
No, it's not.
This has huge implications
Huge.
for how we understand
Yeah.
everything from AI
Right.
to consciousness itself.
To consciousness, exactly.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
If we could figure out the relationship between mind and body,
That-
could we someday create truly conscious machines?
That's right.
Or even upload our minds
Mm.
into a digital world?
Yeah.
The possibilities are mind-blowing,
They are.
but also a little freaky.
A little bit, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
before we get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's define the problem a bit more clearly.
Okay.
At its core,
Yeah.
the mind-body problem asks,
Mm-hmm.
are the mind and body two distinct entities,
Okay.
like a driver in a car,
Okay.
or are they simply two aspects of the same thing?
So is my mind just my brain doing its thing?
Yeah.
Or is there something more going on?
That's it.
Something that can't be explained by just neurons firing?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine,
Yeah.
there's no easy answer.
Right.
Philosophers have come up with a bunch of theories,
Okay.
each with their own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, so let's dive into some of these theories.
Okay, let's go.
First up,
Okay.
we've got dualism,
Dualism.
which is kind of the classic intuitive view.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, dualism says that the mind and body
Yeah.
are made of fundamentally different stuff.
Okay.
The mind is non-physical,
Okay.
kind of like a soul or a spirit,
Right.
while the body is
Yeah.
obviously physical.
So if I'm picturing this right,
Uh-huh.
it's like my mind is a ghost in the machine,
Yeah.
operating the controls of my body,
Yeah.
but existing in a separate realm.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's a view that resonates with a lot of people.
Right.
After all, we
Yeah.
all have that feeling that our thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
are somehow separate from our physical selves.
But if dualism is true,
Okay.
how do our minds interact with our bodies? How does this non-physical mind
That's right.
make the physical body do stuff?
Yeah, how does that interaction happen?
Yeah, that's where things get a little fuzzy for me.
Yeah, that's one of the big challenges for dualism.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain how this interaction happens without resorting to some pretty mysterious explanation.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
So maybe dualism isn't the answer after all.
Maybe not.
What about materialism?
Okay, materialism.
That seems to be the more scientifically grounded view.
It does, yeah.
Right.
Materialism takes the opposite approach,
Okay.
arguing that the only thing that exists is matter.
Okay.
The mind,
Uh,
in this view,
yeah.
is nothing more than the physical processes of the brain.
So if materialism is right,
Yeah.
our thoughts, our feelings,
Yeah.
even our sense of self,
Yeah.
are all just the result of neurons firing in our brains.
That's the basic idea.
Okay.
And it has a lot of scientific evidence to back it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We know that damage to certain parts of the brain
Yeah.
can profoundly alter our personality,
Okay.
our memories, even our consciousness.
But here's what gets me.
Okay.
If my mind is just my brain, how do we explain subjective experience? You know, the feeling of what it's like to see a sunset, to taste chocolate,
No.
to fall in love.
Right, right.
How can those experiences be reduced
Yeah.
to just physical processes?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
That's the one that materialists are still wrestling with.
Right. It feels like we're missing a piece of the puzzle here.
Yeah,
Like there's more to the story than just neurons firing,
it feels like it.
which is probably why other theories have popped up, right?
Absolutely, and that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Because there are some other contenders in this mental arena.
Okay. Hit me with them.
All right.
What are some of the other theories trying to crack the mind-body cane?
Well, there's idealism,
Idealism.
which flips the whole thing on its head.
Okay.
Instead of saying that the mind comes from matter,
Yeah.
it says that reality itself is fundamentally mental.
Whoa. Okay.
Imagine, like, living in the Matrix.
Okay.
What we perceive as the physical world
Yeah.
is actually just a projection of our minds.
So idealism is saying that our minds create reality.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a pretty wild concept.
It's a mind-bending idea.
I'm not sure I'm ready to take the blue pill just yet.
It's definitely a mind-bending idea.
Okay.
And it's not without its critics.
Right.
But it does raise some fascinating questions about the nature of reality and the power of our minds.
Okay, so we've got dualism saying the mind and body are separate. Materialism saying the mind is just the brain.
Right.
And idealism saying that the mind creates reality.
That's right.
Are there any other theories trying to untangle this mess?
You bet there's functionalism.
Okay, functionalism.
Which focuses on what the mind does rather than what it eyes.
Right.
It says that mental states are defined by their function, not their physical makeup.
Okay.
Think about it like this.
Right.
You can use a hammer to drive a nail, but you can also use a rock.
Yeah.
They're different things, but they perform the same function.
So functionalism is saying it doesn't really matter what the mind is made of. It's all about how it works.
That's it.
Okay.
It's like saying your brain is just hardware.
Yeah.
And your thoughts and feelings are the software running on it.
Okay.
Different brains might have different hardware.
Okay.
But they can still run the same mental software.
Okay. I think I'm starting to see how this all fits together.
Okay, good.
We've got all these different theories.
Yeah.
Each with their own take on the mind-body relationship.
That's right.
But are any of them actually right?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's no easy answer.
Right.
Each theory has its strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And the debate continues to rage on.
Which is probably why this problem has fascinated philosophers for so long.
Oh, absolutely.
But I have a feeling things are going to get even more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
When we start talking about how these theories play out in the real world.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially with all the advancements in technology.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because the mind-body problem isn't just a philosophical puzzle anymore.
Right.
It's a question that has real-world implications.
Right.
Especially with the rise of things like
Yeah.
artificial intelligence and mind uploading.
All right, so buckle up, listeners.
Yeah, get ready.
Things are about to get really mind-bending.
It's going to be wild.
As we explore how the mind-body problem is shaping the future of technology.
That's next.
So we got all these theories trying to explain this mind-body connection.
Yeah.
But how does this age-old philosophical problem actually play out in our modern tech-obsessed world?
Well, think about artificial intelligence.
Okay.
If we can create machines that can learn,
solve
solve problems, and even compose music.
Right. Some already can.
Right.
Then they have minds too?
It's a good question.
If materialism is correct,
Yeah.
and consciousness is just a product of complex computation, then theoretically we could create a conscious machine.
Yeah, that's the implication.
That's wild.
It is.
But if a machine can be considered conscious, wouldn't that completely change our understanding
It would.
of what consciousness even...
It
would change everything.
And what about the ethics of creating a conscious being?
Absolutely.
Do we owe them anything?
It's a big question.
The mind-body problem goes from a theoretical debate
It does.
to a real-world ethical dilemma with AI.
Absolutely. And then there's mind uploading.
Okay.
The idea that we could someday transfer our consciousness into a computer.
Okay, now that's some serious sci-fi stuff.
It is. It's out there.
But if our minds are just information, as materialism suggests, could we really upload them like a file? What would happen to our sense of self?
Right.
Would the digital copy even be us?
Yeah, would be you.
Or just a really sophisticated simulation?
It's a scary thought.
These are questions we need to grapple with right now.
We do.
Because this technology
isn't as far-fetched as it sounds.
It's getting closer all the time.
And it raises a whole host of ethical and philosophical questions.
It does.
About identity continuity.
Yeah.
And even the meaning of life and death.
It's heavy stuff.
It's almost like every advancement in technology brings us face to face.
It does, yeah.
With the mind-body problem.
Yep.
In a new way.
A new way.
It's not just a philosophical debate anymore.
No.
It's shaping the future of our species.
And it's not just AI and mind uploading.
What else?
Brain-computer interfaces are already allowing people with paralysis to control prosthetic limbs with their thoughts.
That's incredible.
It is amazing.
But it also makes you wonder,
yeah,
where does the mind end and the machine begin?
Right? Where's the line?
if I can control a robotic arm with my thoughts, is that arm an extension of my body?
Interesting.
What happens if that technology becomes available to everyone?
Right.
Not just people with disabilities.
Yeah, what happens then?
Will we all be cyborgs someday?
It's possible.
Those are great questions.
They are.
And they highlight how the mind-body problem is no longer just a thought experiment. It's something we're actively shaping.
Yeah, we are.
With our technology.
We are shaping the future.
I'm starting to realize this is way bigger than I initially thought.
Oh, yeah.
We started with this seemingly simple question. How are the mind and body connected?
Yeah.
But it's led us to some really profound questions.
Absolutely.
About the nature of consciousness, the future of technology, and even what it means to be human.
That's the power of the mind-body problem.
Yeah.
It's a question that can lead us down all sorts of fascinating rabbit holes and forces us to confront some of the biggest mysteries of existence.
Okay, so we've explored some pretty mind-blowing stuff here.
We have.
Dualism, materialism, AI mind uploading.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But we still haven't answered the fundamental question.
That's right.
What is the relationship between the mind and the body?
And the truth is, there may not be a definitive answer. At least not yet. Maybe with further scientific breakthroughs, we'll get closer to understanding this complex relationship. But for now, the mind-body problem remains one of the most enduring and thought-provoking mysteries of philosophy and science.
So what do we do with all this information?
Good question.
How do we even begin to wrap our heads around something so complex and potentially unsettling?
Well, I think the first step is to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers. And that's okay. The mind-body problem isn't a puzzle to be solved, but a mystery to be explored. It's about asking questions. Challenging assumptions. And being open to new possibilities.
It's like we've been on this incredible journey.
It has been a journey.
Exploring all these different theories. We've covered a lot.
And their implications. But now we're standing at the edge of the unknown. Looking out at a vast and uncharted territory.
It's exciting and a little scary.
So what are some key takeaways from our exploration so far? I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is that the mind-body problem isn't just some abstract philosophical debate.
It's not just a debate.
It has real-world implications for how we understand technology, consciousness, and even the future of humanity.
Absolutely.
And it highlights the importance of interdisciplinary thinking.
Oh, yeah.
We can't just rely on science or philosophy alone.
That'd be both.
To grapple with these complex questions.
Absolutely.
We need to bring insights from different fields together.
And bring it all together.
To get a more holistic understanding.
You know, it's funny. We started this deep dive trying to answer one big question.
What's the relationship between the mind and body? But along the way, we've stumbled upon a whole bunch of other questions that are even more mind-boggling.
They really are.
And that's the beauty of it. The mind-body problem is like a doorway to a whole universe of unanswered questions.
It really is.
It invites us to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what we think we know.
I'm also realizing that the mind-body problem isn't something we can just solve once and for all. It's an ongoing conversation.
It is.
A continuous exploration.
Always evolving.
That evolves
That's right.
alongside our scientific understanding and technological advancements.
Exactly. It's a dynamic, evolving question that will continue to shape our understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
And what's so exciting,
I know, right?
is that each new generation will bring their own perspectives and insights to this age-old debate.
It makes you wonder.
It does.
What kind of breakthroughs are waiting for us? Just around the corner.
What new theories will emerge? What incredible technologies will we create?
It's exciting to think about.
And how will those advancements reshape our understanding of the mind-body relationship?
Who knows, maybe someday we'll develop a completely new way of thinking about the mind and body. Something that transcends the traditional categories of dualism and materialism.
Totally new ways of thinking about it.
Or perhaps we'll discover that consciousness is even more widespread than we ever imagined.
Wow.
Existing not just in humans and animals, but even in seemingly inanimate objects.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
And I think that's what I find so inspiring about the mind-body problem.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds us that there's still so much we don't know.
Right.
So much left to discover.
It's a big universe of mystery out there.
And that's a pretty exciting place to be.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
So to our listener, I hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity.
I hope so.
And given you a new appreciation for the profound mysteries that lie at the heart of our existence.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to ask big questions.
Ask those questions.
Challenge assumptions. And keep searching for answers.
And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.
Absolutely.
Who knows what incredible discoveries await you along the way?
Keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.